health conditions. Those who are children, they're younger, smaller lungs, more likely to be impacted than an adult with larger lungs. People who are pregnant as well, and of course those who are older, just because their systems don't handle as much stress as ours when we're younger. One of the things people can do is if they really are feeling, that that's too much, it's a lot, they need some immediate help, they can text 741-741 and text the letters LA to that. That connects to our Department of Mental Health and service providers that can provide some immediate assistance. They can also call 800-854-7771.
The recent wildfires have made us more aware of our air quality. Where do alert warnings of poor air quality come from? The South Coast Air Quality Management District is the agency which enforces emission levels and sets air quality controls across the LA region.
The South Coast Air Quality Management District is the local governmental agency responsible for regulating air pollution in the greater LA region. And we also monitor air quality. So South Coast AQMD recommends that all residents currently in the LA metro area look at 3 things when evaluating their air quality in response to these recent fires. So one is you should check your air quality index readings. Second thing is you should smell for smoke. And the third thing is that you should look for ash in the air. Everybody is susceptible to the adverse impacts of poor air quality, but young children, older adults, people with pre-existing heart or lung issues, or people that have to spend a lot of time outside, and pregnant women are particularly susceptible. So for those sensitive groups, we just recommend that they're extra careful. We recommend that an N95 mask that's well-fitting can provide some protection and keep the time short while you're outside. It's best to stay inside with your windows and doors closed if you can. Run your HVAC fan with a high-efficiency filter or use an air purifier, and avoid creating additional sources of indoor air pollution, such as using candles, incense, or cooking fatty foods. So for additional information during this air pollution event or any subsequent air quality events, it's best to download the South Coast AQMD app or check our website at aqmd.gov. We also have a lot of material for how to prepare before a wildfire, how to protect yourself during a wildfire and after a wildfire, and that's available at aqmd.gov/wildfire tips.
As LA starts the recovery from the wildfires, state leaders held a press conference at the Rose Bowl. Assembly members from across California gave their full backing to recovery and rebuilding efforts, which will help fire victims get back on their feet.
Members of the California Assembly have your back. This is one of the most destructive wildfires in California's history, and we must all respond with urgency.
It was important for the Assembly Democrats to gather here today as a united front because we are one team, one California, one LA, and what happens to Los Angeles, Pasadena, Altadena happens to the rest of the state.
We as elected officials from across this state are going to link arms to make sure that we support Los Angeles, we support these impacted communities, and we rebuild these beloved communities.
For a lot of the impacted folks, this is a double whammy. Not only are they impacted personally, but now their source of income has been disrupted. We want to make sure people get back on their feet right away, have a source of income so they can look longer term in their ultimate recovery and rebuilding.
We got you, Angelenos. We have so many people that are reaching out from all over the country. We have corporations, we have individuals and nonprofits that are here that are saying, what do you need in this trying time? So that's why we're here this morning, to make sure that Angelenos know that we've got their backs.
Mayor Bass issues an emergency executive order to help with rebuilding. LA City's housing department has emergency resources for renters and report illegal price gouging to the city. These stories up next on City Beat.
Mayor Karen Bass has issued an emergency executive order which clears the way for Angelenos to rapidly rebuild homes lost in the wildfires and sets businesses up to rebuild. The order coordinates and streamlines debris removal and reduces future risks by uniting with city, county, state, and federal agencies. It also clears the way to rebuild homes as they were, with a one-stop shop to swiftly issue permits in all impacted areas. Under the order, the city's Department of Building and Safety will expedite temporary certificates of occupancy that immediately makes 1,400 units of housing available across LA. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/press. The Los Angeles City Housing Department is providing critical information for Angelenos who rent and have been displaced by the recent LA wildfires. If a rental unit is completely destroyed, the lease no longer applies and the tenant does not owe future rent. If tenants have paid January rent, the landlord should prorate and return the tenant's rent for the remainder of January, along with any security deposit. Even in a state of emergency, tenants are protected from discrimination in housing, which includes motels, hotels, and emergency shelters. The LA City Housing Department is assisting with emergency housing resources by phone, virtual appointments, and in person, Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, visit housing.lacity.gov. California Attorney General Rob Bonta has issued a consumer alert reminding Californians that price gouging is illegal during a state of emergency. In the event of a state or local declaration of emergency, California law generally prohibits a seller from increasing prices by more than 10%. According to Bonta, violators of the statute are subject to criminal prosecution, which can result in 1 year imprisonment and/or a fine of up to $10,000. Angelenos who see price gouging or believe they have been a victim of it can file a complaint by calling 311 or visiting the website lacity.gov/myla311.
The Helping Hub in Venice is a grassroots organization and now a redistribution center for fire evacuees. The hub is set up to give goods, services, and help to those who may not even be sure of what they need next.
We are here at the Venice Helping Hub, which is a completely grassroots organization of volunteers.
This is a resource distribution hub for evacuees from the LA wildfires to come in and pick up any resources that they might need. We have a huge WhatsApp group, which is now 900 volunteers strong. We have 350 drivers on standby all over LA, and resources get delivered from the hub to the evacuees' hands, door-to-door service.
And offer additional services, things like babysitting and laundry services. And so this is a great local resource for folks that need a little bit of extra help.
We are a new organization helping all the victims from these horrible, devastating fires.
The point of this place is to make things easy for people that are so emotionally taxed and so exhausted that they do not have the bandwidth and the energy to deal with what do they need next.
You know, our job is to facilitate as much of the help, the care, and the consideration that we possibly can.
Everyone is exhausted, emotionally taxed. There's no more bandwidth to solve, do you need, what groceries do you need? They don't know. So we have a team that's trained and dedicated and organized to put together care packages based on individual needs for a family, for a kid, for an adult, for a senior, anything that we can anticipate to make it easy. We package it up.
That level of detail and love and care is just heartwarming and makes me really proud of my entire community.
Me da mucha alegría poder ayudar en lo que yo pueda.
On behalf of the City of Los Angeles, my heartfelt gratitude
We're organizing this effort, and all of you who are stepping up in small ways and big ways to help our community. I have never been more proud.
It feels really good to be able to support and amplify the grassroots work that my own community is doing. For more information, we are the Venice Helping Hub. We are at 606 Venice Boulevard. The Instagram handle is Venice Helping Hub.
And the Helping Hub doesn't update every day with what their individual needs are and the items that they're looking for. So keep following along, and we really appreciate everyone pitching in.
So all of you who are contributing, thank you, thank you, thank you.
After the fires, the office of Councilmember Imelda Padilla stepped up at a meal distribution center in the Valley, playing their part in getting food to families.
We are at North Valley Caring Services, located in North Hills, and we're here on day 4 of fire relief to help out the residents. So Council District 6, we didn't have homes that burned down, but we have the ripple effects of the fire. We had power outages in our area, which led to a lot of people losing their food. The air from all the chemicals and everything that got burned is what we're breathing out here in the valley. So we're providing N95 masks until the air quality improves.
So today we have our usual pantry going on in which we serve food to our community, more than 750 families every week. We also have an added responsibility of receiving donations for those who have suffered through the fires, who have been directly impacted as well as indirectly impacted. Many of our family members here in North Hills work in Pacific Palisades and places where the fires were the most prevalent.
And recently, our council member passed a worker relief effort, so anyone who was employed out in those areas as gardeners and nannies can try to get some sort of income. Everybody is in need right now, and our role is being able to coordinate everybody to help out the people in need.
Right now is a really critical time to participate and to help families in need, especially after these disastrous fires. A lot of wonderful volunteers with beautiful smiles, great personalities came out and put food into these people's cars and sent them on their way. And that's the true example of humanity in times of disaster.
It feels amazing to have the support of Councilmember Padilla, as well as the other council members that have supported, because it's all things coming together, our public officials with our grassroots organizations, our community. It's a beautiful thing when it all happens like that.
I really hope that more people come out and participate in these programs. It's going to take time to rebuild this city, so please reach out to your local community and see how you can make a difference in Los Angeles, because Los Angeles really needs you right now.
LA's sports teams put aside their rivalries to focus on one goal, getting essential help into the hands of LA wildfire victims. Councilmember Curran Price was at BMO Stadium to help out with the operation.
Well, here at LA Football Stadium, they're working together. We've got a conglomeration of sports franchises that have come together providing resources to those impacted by the fire.
We came together as a group because we wanted to do something in the face of the fires that are impacting so many thousands of Angelinos and changing the face of our city for forever. And so what we've done here today is we have put together a way to distribute clothing to people who have lost their homes or been evacuated. And we're serving a meal thanks to partners. And we're serving healthy snacks. We have essentials like hygiene kits, diapers. We're also providing services through our partners. So we have Betzedek on site providing legal services, All People's Community Center assisting with employment needs and rental assistance, and then our partner Football for Her, who's also here sharing information about where kids who need maybe just a dose of normalcy can go and play free pickup soccer.
When devastating things happen like this, it is our obligation, our honor, our privilege, our responsibility to step up and help those in need. And we are fortunate that we are in a community where all of the professional sports organizations understand that together we can do more. It's critically important that we all come together, we all work together with our neighbors who really are suffering right now.
What you'll see behind me is actually, it's a shopping experience, and it's new product from all of the teams that are on site here today.
So a gentleman had lost his belongings, and through this program he was able to come through and pick up 7 items. And he's just one of hundreds of families blessed today.
When you've lost everything, something as simple as a new piece of clothing that is yours, it can feel special. It's kind of a reminder that there is a little bit of hope, and that maybe you still have kind of that place and that way to get back to what was normal before.
Really pray for those who had great losses. And I think all of this is important to assist those in need. We are in this together.
The LA region has suffered irreplaceable loss from the wildfires. Family members, homes, cherished community spaces, and memories that connected us all. If you've been directly affected by the wildfires, know that there is help out there. The City of Los Angeles has a central website with links to resources for home and business recovery. Find out more at lacity.gov. Donating can make a huge difference. At the LA Strong website, Angelenos who wish to donate funds can find reputable charities. To donate goods, local organizations have listed the items they need most. And if you'd prefer to donate your help, LA Strong also lists volunteer opportunities. The City of LA's Recreation and Parks Department has stepped in with support camps for families impacted by the Palisades wildfire. There are special extended program hours at 2 recreation centers at Mar Vista and Oakwood. Programs run from 8 a.m. on weekdays until the end of the month, with walk-in registration available. For more information, go to laparks.org. If you had to evacuate or have been displaced by the fires, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is on the ground in LA with assistance. 2 disaster recovery centers are now open. The Center for the Palisades Fire is operating at the Westside Pavilion, now known as UCLA Research Park, at 10850 West Pico Boulevard. The center is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. Find out more at fema.gov. In this week's Things to Do, celebrate the Year of the Snake at LA Zoo, mark the start of whale watching season at Cabrillo Marine Aquarium, and head to Griffith Park for a run that supports LA Parks. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join the Los Angeles Zoo for celebrations of the Lunar New Year, the Year of the Snake. On February 1st and 2nd, LA Zoo is hosting special activities and performances to mark the Lunar New Year. Enjoy Chinese, Korean, and Vietnamese dance performances by Asian Arts Talent Foundation. Make your own red envelope for gifting and share your hopes for the new year on the Wall of Well Wishes. There will also be special animal feedings and education stations. Visit the snake's lair and learn about many other animals of the Chinese zodiac at the zoo. Lunar New Year at the LA Zoo takes place on Saturday, February 1st, and Sunday, February 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. For more information on hours and admissions, visit lazoo.org. On February 2nd, join the Cabrillo Marine Aquarium for its Whale Fiesta. This family day promises to be a ton of fun, celebrating the migration of the Pacific gray whale and the start of whale watching season. There will be games, crafts, and puppet shows, along with expert guest speakers and festive music. Enjoy the life-size whale inflatable and the famous duct tape whale contest. Head to Cabrillo Marine Aquarium for Whale Fiesta on Sunday, February 2nd, beginning at 10 a.m. and going on until 3 p.m. that day. For more information, visit CabrilloMarineAquarium.org. Registration is now open for the annual Griffith Park Run on Sunday, February 2nd. Whether you run, jog, or walk the course, your entry fee will go to supporting over 450 LA City parks and amenities. Depending on your challenge level, there are two options, a half marathon and a 5K. This is the only half marathon that covers all the main trails of Griffith Park, while the 5K is a flat and scenic course. Runners and supporters can enjoy the food trucks in the park for the event. Lace up and join the Los Angeles Parks Foundation and Aslan Athletics for the 2025 Griffith Park Run on Sunday, February 2nd, starting at 6 a.m. For more information, visit rungpr.com. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Susan Huckle, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Okay, let's begin the meeting. This meeting has officially begun. Good morning. Welcome to the meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Friday, January 24th. Public comment will be taken in person in the council chambers for today's meeting. Madam Clerk, if you call the roll.
Yes, sir. Blumenfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Gerardo, Lee, McCosker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky, 14 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Great. First order of business.
Approval of minutes of January 22nd, 2025.
Okay, Councilmember Hernandez moves. Councilmember Nazarian seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Okay, Councilmember Rodriguez moves. Councilwoman Park seconds. Next. Let's run through the agenda. Is that?
Yes, sir. Item 1 is the item notice for public hearing. Item 2 is the item for which public hearing has been held. For item number 2, the Housing and Homelessness Committee report has been submitted and is available online under Council File 23-1443-S3. On the continuation agenda, item number 3 is an item for which public hearing has not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration, sir.
Great. Without objection, those items are now before us. Do any members wish to call any of these items special? Looking to my left, looking at my Councilwoman Padilla. Item 3 for comments. That's okay. Anyone else? Councilwoman Park.
Also on item 3, we have an amendment.
Okay. Would you do you have that?
City attorney has it.
City attorney, please read it to the record. Whatever, you tell me, City Attorney, do we need to read them or is it posted?
Okay. Because we're no longer having virtual public comment, we have not been reading in the amendments, but if the members of the public would like to see it, it will be posted on the board on your right-hand side of the council chambers. Thank you.
Is there a second to Councilmember Park's amendment?
I'll go ahead and second it.
Thank you.
Rodriguez, that's fine. Okay. So what's available to vote on? Oh, Councilwoman Hernandez, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I would like to call item 2 special for a technical amendment.
Item 2 for a technical amendment. Okay. Do you have? Oh, we don't need to read it in the record. It's already.
Is there
posted?
a second to Councilmember Hernandez's amendment?
I'll second it if you need. Rodriguez.
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay. Colleagues, anything else for? Okay. Is there anything available to vote on?
Yes, Mr. President. Council may now vote on item number 2. Oh, no. The amendment for item 2 needs to be posted and circulated, and it has not been circulated. So at this time, sir, there is nothing council can vote on. Council may go into presentations if it wishes.
Great. Let's go ahead and do that. What's that? Okay. Yes, Councilwoman Rodriguez. Are you ready for the presentation? Okay, we have a presentation honoring our wonderful Holly Walcott.
Good morning, colleagues. I am really sad about today that we are here celebrating the incredible and immense contributions of Miss Holly Walcott, who is sadly retiring after her dedicated years of service to our great city. But colleagues, please join me in giving a thunderous round of applause to our incredible city clerk, Holly Walcott. You're going to get a couple of these this morning. Colleagues, it really, today especially, I think resonates with me as we're having conversations around the recovery as we are going through these incredible wildfires and what the recovery is going to require. There's lots of conversations around, the bureaucracy, and we're here to cut things. And, what Holly Wolcott has been is someone who understands the history and the work around this institution to preserve the public's trust, to maintain transparency, to make sure that we have a system in place that communicates to the public, and has done so miraculously in spite of what her budget looks like. As a reminder to everyone as they get ready to go through the budget conversations, it's an important function to keep our operations running. And it's under her stewardship and her leadership that she has been able to do just that with her remarkable team. And you're taxed with a lot. You are taxed with a lot with not a lot of resources to do it. And you don't get the recognition that you so often deserve. But it's no question why your license plate is what it is. And that's an if you know, you know. But colleagues, today again, it's a hard one because what Holly has represented to the people of Los Angeles and to the way we operate as a local government has been nothing short of incredible. And I looked at all of the images of you swearing so many of us in our respective roles, and all the commissioners. You've seen a lot in your tenure. And I want to thank Raymond Kwan for being part of the institution that has captured so many of these wonderful moments. Of course, our beloved Tom LaBonge. And let's get the kind of fundamental story going here. Holly was born in Cheyenne, Wyoming in 1964 to John and Carol Wolcott, with her father, a Vietnam War veteran, serving in the U.S. Air Force for 42 years, and her mother working for the airlines, providing Holly with a unique upbringing across several states and countries, culminating in her graduation from UCLA in 1987 with a dual bachelor's degree in communications and sociology, both handy for your role. Upon graduation, she joined the city as a management assistant in the office of the city clerk, later serving in pivotal roles across departments, including Management Analyst 2 in the Hazardous Materials section of the Los Angeles Fire Department, Senior Management Analyst 1 at the Department of Aging, and Senior Management Analyst 2 in the Fiscal Operations Division of the Los Angeles Police Department, where she worked on the department's budget under then Chief Bernard Parks. Her expertise in public safety and legislative matters led her to serve as the Public Safety Committee's legislative analyst in the office of the CLA from 2000 to 2004, after which she returned to the office of City Clerk as Chief Management Analyst, overseeing the Administrative Services Division, and subsequently as Executive Officer in 2008. With the retirement of June Lagme, former colleague of mine, in 2013, Holly was appointed interim city clerk, and in August 2014, she was officially appointed city clerk by Mayor Eric Garcetti. She immediately went to work and developed the city clerk's first strategic 5-year plan, supervised municipal, special, and neighborhood council elections, managed the city's business improvement district program, and preserved the Los Angeles history through the city records management system and archives. But Holly is so much more than our city clerk. Her love of dogs, her passion for theater have been enduring hallmarks of her personal life, as she has sung, danced, and acted, directed, and produced in countless musical theater productions since 1992. And she looks forward to retiring alongside Leonard Figueroa, the love of her life, with plans to enjoy their next chapter together on the Central Coast of California. Holly, your legacy of innovation, dedication, and excellence in public service has left an indelible mark on our city and its residents, inspiring those who follow in your footsteps to serve with the same passion and integrity. And, you know, again, I remember when I returned to serve on the Board of Public Works after about a 14-year hiatus from local government, and seeing this vehicle, not located far from where the commissioners on the Board of Public Works park, and noticing this license plate. And I understood why it said what it said very quickly. And it's because there's an endless fight for the parking in that area. But more importantly, when I came to the council, I understood even why, it made even more sense as to why it says what it says. And I only hope to inherit that license plate one day. But I want to thank you for your good-humored approach, your patience in helping to lead us through some of our most difficult times when you had to corral this council in conducting some of the most pivotal votes during some very tumultuous times. But you have been a good friend to so many in this building. I know that you have mentored so many people. I think of Shannon and others that sadly we are missing right now. But you have been such an important part of this institution in protecting and preserving the history, in doing everything that you do to ensure that the work that we do here continues to advance procedurally. And you have mentored countless individuals through your exemplary leadership. And I, for one, will miss you and your humor here in this building, because I can always count on you for some funny quips in the most opportune moments. But I thank you for all of your years of service to our great city and for being a really good friend and sounding board and a thought leader in this building at a time when, sadly, colleagues, we continue to lose the institutional knowledge in this building. You are a treasure, Holly Wolcott, and we will certainly miss you. And thank you for your years of service to our city. We're really better for you having served in it. Thank you. Congratulations on your well-earned retirement. And so, colleagues, I'm going to go ahead and afford an opportunity for you all to share any remarks before I turn it over and give the mic over to our incredible city clerk.
Great, thank you. And we will start with Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Holly, I feel like I'm saying this over and over again, that I see all the people that I feel like I grew up with in this building retiring, and yet I'm still sitting here. I just want to say thank you for everything over the years. You know, when I started with Joel Wax's office in 1996, it was me that was going down. We had different systems then, but it was me going down and getting the mail and, you know, getting the different files from your office. And you've always been someone that has been so willing to help me and work with me. You and all your team, the team that you've led for quite some time now, and it speaks, you know, volumes that you know, from the top down, that, you know, all those people are just, those are some of the best people that I've worked with here in the city of Los Angeles. And City Clerk's office does not sometimes get the credit for all the work that we've done. Everyone here around, not only have you sworn every single person sitting here in this horseshoe, but every time we go out and work with community groups, every time we, you know, give, whether it's, you know, funds from the city or different things to help the many different organizations of the city, it's your office that then gets that work that we get to promise, and then you get to deliver on that. I just want to say this is well-deserved on all the hard work. I've seen it firsthand for well over 25 years now. And I just want to say thank you and just wish you just good luck in your future endeavors and everything, and that you will be missed. Yeah.
Thank you. Council President Harris Dawson, followed by Councilmember Price.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, for bringing this great presentation. And thank you, Holly, and thank you to your family and and all of your loved ones for sharing you with the city of Los Angeles. And thank you not just for doing your work, but the way you've approached your work. It's, I think the only people in the political space that get beat up more than politicians are bureaucrats. And it's easy, given how much the critique is always coming, why don't you do this? And I know all of us at different times have been at your doorstep saying, why can't we get this faster? Why can't we do this? Why do we have to get this? Why do we have to go through this process that seems to take people longer? And each and every time I've had that situation, you've walked me through, this is the history, this is why we do this, this is why this is the standard in the city of Los Angeles. And I've really appreciated how you've held up the standard, because we all get in a rush, we want to get things done yesterday, and we don't see the necessity of steps and processes that we have in this city that make it the institution that it is, that's able to withstand things like we just experienced in the last few weeks. And so thank you for how much you've loved the city and loved this experiment that we all live in and grow in and thrive in, called the city of Los Angeles. And I can't wait to see the throngs of people that will be seeking out live theater in the Central Coast once you hit there and take your amazing talents and passion to the people of the Central Coast of California. Thank you so much.
Councilmember Price, followed by Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, Holly, thank you just for sharing your multitude of skills with the citizens of Los Angeles over the years. For the past 10 years, you've certainly been a good friend to District 9 and to the community at large. You're always there, always ready with an answer, even if it's not the one we want to hear, but you give us an answer and it helps us understand why government works the way it does and how it can work better. And so we just want to thank you for the commitment you've made over the years and for your ability, your willingness to serve with a smile and to make things very easy. So thank you again and congratulations. Continued success to you and your husband. Congratulations.
Councilmember McCosker, followed by Councilwoman Hernandez.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mr. McCosker.
Thank you very much, and congratulations. You know, you know this better than anyone in the room, one of the odd dynamics of this building and these buildings is that depending upon what office you're in or what you're doing at the time, it changes your relationship to other offices, right? It goes without saying, or maybe it should be said, that if you're in the mayor's office, you know, how you view the council changes. If you're in the council, how you view the mayor's office changes. If you're in the city attorney's office, when you move around, relationships change, and that's kind of unfortunate. There's one relationship that never changes. One relationship never changes, and that's the relationship with the city clerk. The city clerk is sort of the most important ventricle at the heart of this operation, and always has been. And going back to Mr. Carey and June Legme and you, and whoever comes after you, because of your great mentorship in your office, I am quite sure that whether you're the mayor, you're the city attorney, the controller, the council member, anybody, or the member of the public, the most important relationship you have, member of the public, the trusted place where information is true and accurate and recorded and kept and preserved is the city clerk's office. And so I thank you, Holly, for living up to that expectation and keeping that bar as high as it is. And I congratulate you on stewarding this important role as you have. And I hope I have not been one of the people that annoyed you, but I'm sure I have. I'm sure I am. I'm sure I am. And thank you for the grace and the skill. And my favorite meeting every year is when we're between council presidents and you manage this meeting right here. It's always the best. It's always the best part. You do such a great job. So thank you and God bless you.
Councilwoman Hernandez, followed by Councilwoman Hutt.
Thank you, Council President. Holly, I know that I've only known you for a couple years now, but from the moment that I came into this position, you and your team have been just welcoming, but also, Council President talked about love, right? You could tell that you really love the city because when I came in, I didn't feel like I was being treated differently from any other council member, even if I was new. My team met with y'all walked us through what we needed to know, and even when we needed help, We always reached out to you and your team, and y'all always provided that for us. And I know that your team is so well because of such a great leader that you have been to them. So thank you for loving this city. Thank you for investing in all of us, supporting all of us. And you could really tell that this is not just something you come doing day in and day out. Even if we all have certain feels and frustrations, you still came and pushed through for your team, for the city. And for that, I will be forever grateful, because there's not a lot of people here. I mean, in this space, yes, but outside of here, not a lot of people who really love this city and want to make sure that no matter what, we keep moving forward. So thank you for that love. Thank you for, also putting yourself first and spending some time with your family and showing us that, yes, we do need to invest in the care and also enjoy the other pieces of our life. So thank you for being that great example. Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Great. Councilwoman Hutt, followed by Councilwoman Rahman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Madam Clerk, I just want to say thank you for swearing me in 4 times in 2 years, something to that effect. It has been really special times, and I'm really proud that we are part of your last class. It really meant a lot to me to know that we still had you here, and I'm going to be sad. I'm going to miss you, because when I first got here, I certainly leaned on you and your team. But I'm like my colleagues. I'm happy to see that you're walking away with a big, giant smile, and that you're going to have a wonderful time with your husband in a beautiful area. We hope you come back and visit us and see what we're doing, and hopefully we make you proud as we keep our oath. Thank you.
Councilwoman Rahman, followed by Councilwoman Padilla.
Just wanted to say thank you, Holly, for all the work that you've done. Councilwoman Rodriguez, I didn't even realize the extent of your career in the city. I've only known you as the clerk. And I think for those of us who've been in the building a relatively short amount of time, you've carried the authority of that office with you, and we've turned to you for all of those needs and learned from you. But it was really wonderful today to see all of the work that you've done for the city, and to see how many people just around this horseshoe, but also well beyond, appreciate the contributions that you've made to the city. I know we're really going to miss you. It's the loss of people like you who know how the city works that in some ways I think has made it harder for us as a city to be able to take on some of the more challenging issues that we're being asked to take on right now. And I know that your loss will be keenly felt to the city. It's not going to be easy to do this work without you. So thank you very much, and we will miss you greatly.
Councilwoman Padilla.
Holly, congratulations on reaching this milestone. Every time someone tells me that they're close to retirement, I wish them nothing but luck, because I know I've personally really enjoyed seeing my mother enjoy her retirement. So I'm excited for you. And I always put myself in the position of folks who we bring to the podium to talk about their retirement, and I could just imagine all of the memories that you're going through, all of the names and all the good times, and maybe wishing other folks were still around, but as a very new council, for me, I'm always going to remember how you have helped me, you've helped my team understand the labyrinth that is this building. So I appreciate that. But also, just a little jokingly, I'll always remember you because your name is on our certificates for our swear-ins. And it's a much better name than the one that I have on my college graduation diploma with once upon a time Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. So thank you for that.
Great, thank you. Holly, I want to echo the sentiments of all my colleagues here. You've been just a rock, especially in this time when free and fair elections is not something that is guaranteed in this country anymore. Sometimes we get very worried about that. But here in Los Angeles, it's never been a question, and your integrity has never been in question. And that has really served this city well, served our community well. And I know you care about the city, not just because of your longevity. I know you were going to retire a couple of years ago in 2022, and you were pretty much all set to go. And then the audio tape scandal kind of happened, and you knew that the clerk would be tasked with having to do all these new elections, and you felt that duty to stay here and to see us through because you knew it was going to be a tumultuous time. The clerk's office would be leaned on, your skills were needed, and you stuck around. Stuck around when you're at a point in your once you get to that, I won't say how many, 37 years, you're pretty much paying to be here. Your pension could probably, maybe not quite there, but you could be drawing a pension that's pretty much the same as your salary. Maybe not quite, but and so it shows that your care for the city and your love for the city for you to postpone that retirement to see us through that time, it speaks volumes, and it echoes what we all know about you, your commitment, your skills, and your service to this city. So I wanted to add, my gratitude. And people talked about your license plate. Maybe it speaks to your, experience in community theater that I've never seen you as being annoyed. You always have a smile on your face, but now I know with all your theater experience, maybe you were just acting. I don't know. But again, thank you. Congratulations. Good luck. While you may live the city, you will always be in our heart, and you will always be part of this city. And I will turn it back to Councilwoman Rodriguez to close.
Thank you. And I wanted to give her the final word, which is why I wanted to invite you all and thank you all for your comments. But I'm guessing that license plate was born after a budget session. And ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, our incredible steward of public documentation of history in the city and keeping this government moving, Ms. Holly Wolcott. Thank you.
Gosh, I'm so tempted to flip them off. Anyway, thank you all for your kind words. I really appreciate it. When I started the city in 1987, I did not know where my career was going, but I did say if I was ever general manager, I'd want to be city clerk. So I am proud to be here today. I am proud, extremely proud of my staff. Some of the rules that have been internalized to me, probably through my parents, have been to protect your people, to fight for your people. Some of the work you all do, some of the work police and fire does is a more elevated priority, but that wasn't my piece of the puzzle. And I was always focused on my piece of the puzzle and making sure we could do it the best we could. But I couldn't have done it without an incredible group of people. In Council and Public Services, the leadership is Patrice, Mandy, Andrew, and Melinda. There's some incredible resources. They're people I think a lot of. I think Patrice is especially the future of the city clerk. In Administrative Services, we have Ed, Betty, Patricia, Lynn, and Brenda, and a whole host of accounting clerks and HR staff that pay your bills and handle your payroll and accounts payable and work very, very hard to keep up. Our records management is Michael Holland. He has a couple of staff members, but that guy can find or know anything, so he is a resource that you really want to take care of. In my systems division, I've got the leadership is Sven, Albert, and Dennis. A lot of the apps that we've been able to put out are all been developed by a phenomenally dedicated group of systems individuals. In elections, it's been run by Ginny Pack. She is assisted by Chris Garcia, Mike Lecterich, Sofia Anguano, Josh, Jen, Renee. These are all the future of your election, although Renee, I think, is getting pretty close to retiring. But I wanted to mention her because these are the group of people who have made neighborhood councils happen, who have made filing for candidates happen, have made the voter information pamphlets go out and go out accurate in 13 different languages. I don't want to fail to mention the two people we've lost. Shannon Hoppus was an executive officer of mine, as was Todd Godowski, the records manager. Their lives were tragically cut short by illness, sudden illness, and I miss them very much. I I do want to mention other members of the city family, but the executive officers that I've served with, and I was an executive officer myself for the city clerk for 4 years, but without Greg Allison, Shannon Hoppus, and most recently Petty Santos to keep everything running. And Petty is an incredibly dedicated, works every hour of every day to resolve issues, and I think so highly of her. But I do want to talk about some of the other city family members. Last night I had a great opportunity to bring my theater family and my work family together and kind of introduce and intermingle them with them. And some of the stories that I heard, I really appreciate those that were said at the mic, but those that people who came up to me personally, such as Akeem and CD10, those personal stories of people that I may have helped out over the years, they really, really meant a lot. Because yeah, I can be prickly, and I can be fiercely protective of my staff, and I can fight pretty hard. And I don't know if it was Rick who called me fearless, but I can be pretty fearless when fighting for those. But the rules are, in my world, you never yell at or fight with anybody who doesn't either make more money than you or have more power than you. So if I've given you a bad time, most specifically I'm thinking of Matt Szabo, but I love him to death. I really think the world of him. But that doesn't mean that I will not call you out on things that we can do better. So for Matt and Patty and the CAO staff, or most of the CAO staff, I really thank them. For Sharon and Karen, you guys were both mentors of mine and got me here to where I am today, so I appreciate you and your staff and all the work we've done together. Thank you very much. Other mentors in my career were Ron Deaton at the CLA's office, Mike Carey at the city clerk's office, Frank Martinez, who worked several different departments but was at the city clerk. But I really appreciate all their guidance and leadership and hope that I've been able to turn around and provide that for other people. I've served with several council bodies, couldn't possibly name them all. So I will thank you all and thank your predecessors and those to come for the hard work you do and for the passion that you have for the community. I've worked under Mayors Bradley, Reardon, Hahn, Villaraigosa, Garcetti, and Mayor Bass. And I've liked some of them, haven't liked others, but that doesn't change the work that you're supposed to do. You learn from those people who you respect. For those people who you don't, you learn how to do things better. What I'm particularly proud of this body is the number of women that are now on the council. That was extremely important to me. I had nothing to do with it, but I'm very proud to see you all here. I think having a council that looks like the community is extremely important, because that is how that's how you represent, that's how you bring forward the issues in your community. And that was what was most important to me in my department, is the diversity of my staff. So I really want to thank my staff. I really want to thank each one of you, each of the mayors that I've worked for, anybody who's given me both a bad or good time, because those challenges have brought me here today. My final thought I'm going to leave you with, and this is something I remember from my UCLA days, was, in communication you learn about the Sapir-Whorfian hypothesis, which basically says that thought takes you to speech rather than speech takes you to thought. And so while I've been very colloquial in nature, do be honest, do be truthful to yourselves and to your constituents. I've seen some campaign managers who have tried to mold their candidate into an image and they have not been successful. So to those of you who are successful, it is because you are uniquely you and you have represented your truths, and please continue to do that. Please continue to be honest with your constituency. The more you withhold information, the more confused they are. And finally, back with the Sapir-Whorfian hypothesis, just because somebody says something out loud doesn't make it true. And those are words that I've lived by. And those are something that I caution each one of you. For example, I'm going to pick on Matt again. A PCH is still a hiring freeze. You can call it anything you want, it's still a hiring freeze. You're gonna honor these nice people in a couple of minutes, and yet it's still been a nightmare. So with that, I thank you all, and I appreciate the great send-off. And I wish you all continued success. And thank you, Leonard.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the woman who's always dropping facts and keeping everybody honest, Holly Wilcox.
Sure. You want to do a recess for 5 minutes?
Yeah, just a quick recess.
Okay. Okay, we're going to recess for about 3 minutes to take a picture with Holly. So maybe out in the front is what I was just told. So if I get all the council members in the front, we'll recess for 3 minutes and take a picture with Holly. Recess is over. We're back in session. If you'd call the roll to confirm we're back in session, please. Okay. All right. Okay, if we could call the roll.
Yes, sir. Blumenfield, Harris, Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Gerardo, Lee, McCosker, Nazario, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky, 14 members and a quorum, Mr. President.
Great, thank you. Okay, next order of business, we have another presentation from Councilmember McCosker. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, colleagues. As this excellent team comes around me, I just want to say that we are really excited to recognize our City Human Resources Payroll Project Steering Committee today. It's known as HRP. You guys have heard it called HRP over and over and over again in the last 4 years. Specifically today, we're joined by leaders of the project, and the project has been led by our City Controller, Kenneth Mejia, and Rick Cole at his side, Ted Ross, Ben Seha, and Gracie Liu. I'd like to highlight the fact that this is a very complex and strategic turnover from Pacers to Workday, as you all know. And it takes a lot of expertise and to implement and customize Workday to meet the city's unique needs. Every member of the project had critical involvement in every phase of planning, execution, integration, and the ongoing support, which is ongoing. Over the past year, if you've tuned into a meeting of the Personnel and Hiring Committee, and I'm sorry if you have to do that at 8:30 in the morning, you probably would have heard HRP at virtually every other meeting. The steering committee was talking through this complex, highly technical set of issues and distilling them into flexible problem-solving actions throughout the process of the transition. As the chair of personnel, I'd like to take a moment to celebrate the teamwork of this great group that made the project successful, particularly all of the interdepartmental efforts that were crucial to this success and keeping the city running. I want to call out each member of the heads of the team, but first I want to give our city controller, Kenneth Mejia, an opportunity to speak to the complexity of this project and all of his hard work on behalf of his team. Mr. Mejia.
Thank you, Councilmember McCosker, and then the entire council for uplifting the hard work of the team of the Controller's Office, as well as ITA, personnel, and the CAO's office. For those who don't know, the City of LA had a payroll system that was customized, and it was built over 20 years ago. And we've had to modernize not only our payroll system, but also our HR system to get to where we are today. And so there's still a lot of work to be done, but I do want to thank, as the other departments come up, I do want to personally thank our controller's office. If you're with the controller, can you please raise your hand, our controller team? Thank you so much. These are the people who pay the bills and also pay the city employees. They've been working nights and weekends with limited resources, and there's countless amounts of overtime that they put in just to get this to work, and there's still a lot of work to be done. This is just one of many groups that is working here to keep the city running. And so I just want to say thank you, Council, for this recognition, and thank you to our team as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So as I said, this was a team. Working with the Controller's Office was also ITA, personnel, and CAO. And up next, I want to hear from Ted Ross, the General Manager of ITA. Ted?
Thank you so much, Council Member, Mr. Controller. Good morning, esteemed members of City Council. It's with great gratitude that we come together to commemorate, honestly, an incredible achievement for the City of Los Angeles. And it's an achievement that really only could have been done or made possible by the dedication, the expertise, and the hard work of a lot of remarkable individuals at the City of Los Angeles. Let's be clear, human resources and payroll is not a sexy topic. Let's just be honest, it's not. However, digital tools that help us recruit, hire, develop, and pay 50,000 employees to deliver the best possible services for the diverse LA communities, that is a sexy topic. And that's why important systems like this are very relevant for us. Government and technology are not synonymous words. All of us read stories about technology failures at many governments across the United States. Thankfully, through the hard work of employees at the Information Technology Agency, Controller's Office, personnel, CAO, implementation partners like Workday, Accenture, KPMG, and many hardworking staff across all City of Los Angeles departments, we were able to identify and implement an effective solution. To be clear, the Workday system is used by over 60% of Fortune 500 companies. It's good technology. If you think about the Workday platform and you couple it with our Google Workspace platform, Salesforce, ServiceNow, tools we use from Okta, Cisco, Microsoft, and others, city employees are really, in many cases, using good modern technology to serve the people of Los Angeles. And as the general manager of ITA, I am very proud of the hard work over the last 10 years that every team has done to help make that happen. We went live last June with Workday. 16 pay days later, over 49,000 employees have been getting paid across 45 departments, and that adds up to over $3 billion in total pay. Our first payday was around 98% accuracy. We're over 99% now, but there's still a lot of hard work to do. Every month, 1,000 tickets come in for new reports, changes to the system, new security, adjustments that need to be made. Thank you so much for this recognition. Thanks so much to everyone who worked on the HRP project staff and other city departments who worked at times 7 days a week, round the clock, to make this very important project successful. Thank you so much to this City Council for your leadership and for your support.
Thank you so much. Again, it takes a team, and I want to ask Ben Seha from the CIO's office to come up and give us a few words.
Thank you. And it is a team effort, but within every team, there's always those all-stars. And for the CIO, I would be remiss in that if I didn't mention one individual, Isafine Atkinson, who is really our LeBron on this project, because without her, and we had to delay, well, she delayed her retirement a couple of times because she wanted to make sure this project went live and will stabilize. And I definitely want to give her all due credit, because without her, I think a lot of the work would not have been able to be done. So thank you.
And our most valuable asset always is our people. And I want to make sure that Grace Liu from the Personnel Department can give us a few words about the intricacy and the importance of this project.
Thank you, Council Member, and thank you, Council, for having us here today to thank our whole team. I definitely want to obviously thank our CEO, Controller, and ITA, and I really have to give props to Ted, who probably had heartburn for about 5 years from this project. He definitely led us through some frustrating times, and I know I was frustrated with you at some point too, but you led us through it all, and I really appreciate you for that. Yeah, of course. And want to thank Councilmember McCosker for helping to lead us through this, as well as Matt Hale at the Mayor's office. But I have to, of course, thank our personnel team, led by our Assistant General Manager, Letty Ortiz. Letty, you want to raise your hand? And our HRP Director, Fatima De Mesa, and our workstream managers, Marvin Avila and Raven Owens. And of course, yes, our whole HRP team. They're amazing. And I have to thank also, of course, Wendy Macy and Dana Brown, our previous personnel general managers, who started this and really led us through a majority of this launch. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. One person who's seen this issue from many angles is an experienced veteran in this building and outside this building, and that is Rick Cole. I want to ask Rick to come up again on behalf of the Controller's Office to give us a few words.
James Robinson, who's been my partner in the Controller's Office, I'd like you to stand with me on this. I want to join Gracie in thanking Ted Ross for his extraordinary leadership, and Gracie and Ben for being our partners on this, and Chairman McCosker for your leadership. Every one of you should take your paycheck for granted. Whether you're a librarian, a recreation worker, an intern, a firefighter, a police officer, you should be able to take for granted that your check is accurate and on time. We are not there yet, but we will get there. But don't take for granted the people who get us there. Don't take for granted the people that have worked on this project for 5 years. Don't take for granted the fact that they're working weekends and evenings on overtime to make this right. Don't take the people that make this city work for granted. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. So we've discussed this project as recently as this morning in our committee. And one of the things we closed with was the most important asset we have as a city has nothing to do with this building. It has nothing to do with our technology. It has nothing to do with things that we buy with Mikla. The most important asset that we have, for which we would be nothing without our people. It is our human capital, our folks who, as Rick says, should be able to put that check in their pocket and count on the fact that it's accurate and fair. And I will tell you that over the last couple of years in this role as the head of the Personnel Committee, this is a very hardworking team. They have worked their tails off, and we are so appreciative to where we are, and we are continuing to see progress week in and week out, and we are going to be at perfection, just as we were with Pacer before Pacer got old and tired. We are going to make sure that this works perfectly, and every single member of this team, all of these teams, which form one team, are totally committed to this. So let's thank this entire great set of human beings and professionals who are working so hard. We have some certificates on behalf of all of us.
We have some members on the queue before you
Okay,
close.
I'm gonna hand out the certificates while members get on the queue. Personnel Department, Tracy. CAO, Ben. Here you go. And last but not least, CAO again? I got two for CAO. Oh, Controller. Go right ahead.
Okay, Councilwoman Padilla, you're on the queue? You're on the queue?
Oh, yes, I absolutely wanted to make sure that I spoke to this. You know, I'm really happy that we get to celebrate this today, right? Because when I first got to the city and I was on the Personnel Committee, I completely felt the heartburn that you're talking about, that ITA and the team and everybody was feeling. There was obviously a need to modernize the system, but change is never easy, and the appetite by some was very clear that they didn't want the change. So I want to say, you know, congratulations to you, Councilmember McCosker, because I vividly remember when you created, I believe, a motion where we asked all of the departments to give us a grade from A to fail on just how serious they're taking the transition because of all the information that was needed in order for this to succeed. So because we had that information is why it was so much easier to also work with the consultant that was measuring the risk of the potential issues that could have happened if the entire city family wasn't in on this conversation. And that really took your leadership as a council member. But ITA definitely got to work. We saw personnel get to work. And I'm so glad that the controller also did their part, because at the end of the day, that's who writes the checks, right? So it's a great vendor. I'm excited to get more platforms into the city of Los Angeles as the head of government operations that improve efficiency similar to this. So again, congratulations to everyone. So glad it happened. And it's just the beginning of bringing innovation to this building and the city as a whole.
And to you too, Council Member, thank you very much for all of your hard work with your time in this committee. Thank you.
Great, and I'll just say, this has been a long time in the making, and so many people have worked so hard on this. Maybe I'll just end with a 90s reference. Are you down with HRP? Yeah, you know me. Let's make it happen, folks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, what's next on the agenda? I believe we have some specials as well. We have to vote on the findings. Okay.
The first vote is just one vote on
Okay. Okay, so we have two special Rule 23 items. We're going to have, first we'll have discussion on the findings. If those findings are approved and we move forward with the Rule 23, then we'll move to public comment on all the items, including the Rule 23 items that were just brought forward. So we need to speak to the findings on these items, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. President. Now that the presentations are over, council may now consider Special 1 and Special 2, and the first vote is on the findings for Special 1 and Special 2, sir.
Okay. Colleagues, are there any discussion, comment on the findings for the special? Councilwoman Park?
Mr. President, we're introducing a motion to request our city attorney with the Office of Finance to prepare and present an ordinance with an urgency clause to waive payment of gross receipts tax for all businesses who've been impacted for 60 or more days as a result of the fires that devastated our city. This is in tandem with the mayor's executive order. And I am asking that we pass this motion today so that the ordinance can return to council next week. There should be no delay when it comes to providing relief and reassurance to our community. You all have seen the photos and the images. Many of you have been in person. Businesses that have served these impacted communities for decades have been leveled to the ground. We know that workers who have served families in these impacted areas, in many cases for decades, are now without jobs. So this motion really is about the message that we as a city want to send to our community members. Are we going to tell them, sorry, you lost your businesses, here's your tax bill? Or are we going to tell them, we actually have your back? This is a critical first step in providing much needed relief to our small business community devastated by the tragedy and destruction. So colleagues, I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. And obviously it's the exigent circumstance of the fires that causes this Rule 23 that needs to happen right now. So any other comments on the findings? Councilwoman Padilla. What's that?
This is already on item 3?
This is only on the findings of Rule 23 to show that the urgency. Okay. Seeing none, we will take the two together. This is a vote on the findings for the Rule 23 motions. If we could open the roll, close the roll, and tally the votes.
14 ayes.
Okay. So now we can move to, I'll ask, is there anything to do now before moving to public comment?
No, council may now go into public comment, sir.
Okay. Let's move to public comment. Yeah, if you could read the instructions, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And before I read in the instructions for any member of the public who would like to see special, I believe it's 1 and 2, on which the council just approved the findings for, they will be posted along with any of the other amendments that were introduced on the board on your right-hand side of the council chambers.
I'll do it.
To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time and we will move on to the next speaker. The items that are open for public comment are items 1, item 3 on the continuation agenda, and the 2 Rule 23 motions. So that's Special 1 and Special 2. So again, let me repeat. The items that are open for public comment are item number 1, item 3 on the continuation agenda, and the 2 Rule 23 motions, that's Special 1 and 2. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. A couple more quick announcements. If I could have the interpreter make this aloud for the room. If you require a Spanish language interpreter, please make sure to pause every few sentences so that the interpreters can actually interpret.
Si ustedes requieren un intérprete de español a inglés, por favor, den una pausa después de una frase o dos para que la intérprete pueda interpretar.
We will pause your time while the interpreter is interpreting, so you will get the same amount of time as everyone else. Thank you.
Okay, and there are not that many names on the list today, and if you could interpret this as well. So anyone who wishes to speak, you can line up on house left, stage right, and you can just line up when you see there's a space, and we'll take folks as they come. And if you could say that in Spanish as well, por favor.
Como no tenemos muchas personas en la lista de comentarios, por favor pónganse todos en fila a la izquierda de la recámara. Gracias.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Hi, Council. Public comment, but items number, the specials 1 and 2. Okay. I'd like to basically combine the 1 and 2 together, and this is to you specifically, Council, for your client.
So you have 2 minutes for the items and then 1 minute for general. So go ahead and start with the items first.
I need to know when those specials were submitted. If they were submitted if they were written up just now, that's something different. But under the Brown Act, I'm entitled to it in Braille. I've been denied that. So I just need to know when it was written up and submitted. If it was doing with an emergency issue, that's a carve-out exception. But if this was done several days ago, the city clerk's office never had access, and I'm entitled under the American Disability Act under Braille. So I would probably want to address that at a future point with you, in which that's up to your client, not to you. As to public comment, I do have to say thank you to Holly. There's several departments that don't give me my Braille. So the city attorney's, the city clerk's office did a request for a proposal, spent $5,000 to get a Braille machine to be compliant under the American Disability Act. The most egregious department is the Department of Neighborhood Empowerment. Those pieces of shit, their attitude is the law didn't say when we have to give it to you. I even submitted to one of the deputy city attorneys that called BS on me here, and I gave him a copy of their people saying we're not obligated to abide by the American Disability Act. They're terrible people. They're useless people. Unfortunately, Mr. Bob Blumenfield had to hire one of the useless Simi Park people from Department of Neighborhood Empowerment, that toxic fucking cunt. And that's pretty much it, but I do have to thank, they really went to bat to me at the city clerk's office. Thank you.
Okay, next speaker.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
My name is Tamara Gomez-Quinones, and I'm speaking for general public comment.
Right. And if you'd like, I see you going for the mic, feel free to pull it down. Go ahead. You have 1
Sorry,
minute.
thank you. My name is Tamara Gomez-Quinones, and I'm speaking for general public comment. My father was LA City Commissioner for Placita Olvera, Dr. Juan Gomez-Quinones. Our family home, which was purchased over 110 years ago, located at 507 South Grande Vista Avenue, has been without power since September 30th of last year because a personal friend of someone at the DWP who's an enemy of my father illegally ordered the shutoff. DWP acknowledged that it was an illegal shutoff. Then they demanded $13,000 from me to turn it on because they never got the payment from the person who illegally shut it off. When I complained to Kevin DeLeon's office, that number went up to $60,000. It's my father's account name. I'm not allowed to set up an account under my own name. I'm a single woman of color that has been forced to live without power at my own residence for almost 6 months because the DWP is run by the MA. Susanna Lopez, who was a KDL staffer, knew about this. Councilmember De Leon directed her to turn the power back on, but she was up for 2 job positions.
So, Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
2.
I know you said 2 is going to be posted. And all I want to say about item CD1 is that I hope we give a better accounting of these encampments. Yeah. That we get a better accounting of this, what's going on, because even Gavin
Can we pause
Newsom.
our time for just a second? So item number 2 is not open for public comment, but you can speak to it during general.
Okay, I'm going to speak in general. I forget 2. En 2020 recibí fondos de $2,000 para la venta de la casa de mi papá, George Gammon.
In
Un
2020,
líder
I
de
received-
servicios
Señora, por favor, de una pausa para
thank
que
you.
pueda. Gracias. So in 2020, I received funds in totaling $2,000 for the sale of my father's home.
I'm sorry. Can we? I can't actually hear the interpreters up here. Is there a way to increase the volume? I'm sure that other people are having
I
the
can
same
hear
issue.
it, but thank you.
Interpreter will repeat. In 2020, I received funds totaling $2,000 for the sale of my father's home.
200,000, that's fine. Regalé este dinero a grupos demócratas progresistas. Me di cuenta que, sorry.
And I gave this money to progressive democratic organizations.
Me di cuenta que si eres rico, gente quiere casarse con usted. Y no será posible hablar honestamente de energía dirigida.
And I realized that when one is rich, everyone wants to marry you, and they don't talk to you honestly.
Tengo una vida muy diferente que ustedes. No funciona nada de los electrónicos domésticos en mi casa.
And I have a life very different from all of you. None of my appliances work in my house.
Más que eso es personas que murieron. This is the most important thing. People have died around me. Gracias.
De nada. Next person.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. My name is Sarah Harris. I am a resident of historic Solano Canyon. I was here to speak on item number 2, but as it has been shuttled from the agenda, I'm going to take my opportunity to speak to general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
1 minute. Here we go. How many of you have a legal background? Raise your hand. Here on the council? Do you know what willful negligence is? I am alerting you, especially council member Hernandez, who is our CD1 representative. Would you all please be quiet? I live in Elysian Park. It is the second largest park in the city of Los Angeles. I am hereby letting you know that my neighborhood woke up at 3:55 a.m. this morning to Buena Vista and Grande View on fire. We have majority Taishanese, Cantonese, Spanish-speaking, low-income, intergenerational families in our neighborhood of Solano Canyon, and the willful negligence of not spending Elysian Park Master Plan funding to protect our neighborhoods from fire, and the gross negligence of not taking care of Elysian Park
Your time's expired.
is an abomination. And you need
Speaker, we
to
need to
take
move on to
care
the
of
next
Elysian
speaker.
Park.
Speaker, you're now delaying public comment, so this is your first and only formal warning. Please do not disrupt this meeting. We need to move on to the other
Thank you.
speakers.
We need to give everyone the same amount of time. Thank you very much, Speaker. Next speaker, please. No more shouting out. I keep hearing you shout out. Please say your first and only warning. Thank you.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
3, the 2 specials and general public comment. I just want to clarify,
3
Mr.
minutes
Grow.
for
I
the
just want to
items
clarify,
and 1
Mr.
minute for
Grow,
general
that the 2
public comment.
specials
Go ahead.
and agenda item 3 relate to the local fire emergency and LAFD's response to that, just so we're clear, Mr. Grow. Thank you. A few days ago, I received the following Hi, Ian. My name is Christian Granucci. I retired under arrest at the rank of Captain 1 from the LAFD in 2022 because of a video I made in August 2021 on duty at my firehouse coming out against the vaccine mandates. My life became a living hell for almost 4 months straight following that video. I got raked over the coals in the media because of my stance. I was to be terminated because of my actions because I violated the department's social media policy and, quote, brought discredit to the LAFD, end quote. If Chief Chris Larson doesn't retire, stays on with the department, and doesn't get terminated for her vile video that has brought worldwide condemnation of the LAFD, lawsuits will be filed. I've since moved to Texas. I'm a fourth-generation Angelino, born and raised in San Fernando Valley. I don't recognize California and the city of my birth anymore. I especially don't recognize the once great fire department that I used to work for. Just a shame. I believe it was you that just spoke at the City Council about the LAFD leadership and its response to the Palisades fires. All I can say is thank you, sir. Thanks for continuing to support the rank-and-file members of the LAFD that had their voices stripped from them. I'm thoroughly embarrassed by the LAFD. The reputation of this once great agency will take decades to recover. Once a leader in the fire service nationwide, it is now a cautionary tale. I would not be caught dead wearing an LAFD hat or T-shirt now. I'm truly sickened by what the department has become. Keep fighting, sir. Keep fighting. Christian Granucci, Captain 1, LAFD, retired 2022. On the subject of LAFD, I will also remind Councilmember Tracy Park, who is attempting to pull a PR move by making this about funding crack pipes. The crack pipes of the city that were funded by state and federal funding. It did not come out of the city's budget. You cannot blame that for the fact that LAFD is underfunded and the fact that you, Tracy Park, voted on May 23rd, 2024 to defund LAFD. So did you, Monica Rodriguez. And to you, Mr. Jonathan Philip Grote, attorney license number 317217, you and the rest of the council will be receiving a cease and desist letter by the end of today. Do not interrupt me. You have a great day.
Please stick to the items.
Okay, next speaker.
Hello.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
My name is Ajmin Akobian, and I want to share my opinion on the general items, the specials, and the public comment.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the special items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like to speak. That's 2 minutes total. 3.
So for everybody, if you're new here, the way we do it is you'll have your initial 2 minutes for the items, and then we give you the additional minute for the general public comment. So it'll say 2 minutes right now, and then you'll get the minute afterwards for general. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Today, what I witnessed today and all the public members was people are taking time out of their day work coming here to speak and share their voice, but all we saw today was the council prioritizing pandering their own over listening to the public comments.
So Speaker, this is a general public comment. We can move you there if you'd like, but for now, please stick to specials 1 and 2.
Okay. I would like to speak on the Ms. Hernandez's proposal for additional funding for homelessness. I understand.
So that's not open for public comment? Again, you can speak to that during general public comment if you'd like.
Man, you interrupted me. It's almost like 1 minute. Whatever you want. I just want to talk.
Okay, so if you want to talk about those, then you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
It's disgusting that you guys are operating this way.
Can you pause this time? Mr. Candido, please do not disrupt this public comment. This is your first and only formal warning. Thank you. Go ahead.
The City Council prioritizes their own agenda over what people have to say here. And even now they're talking, eating, and that shows what their priorities are. Respectfully, I'm opposed to the council member Hernandez's request for additional funding for the homelessness. The program does not have has a leadership problem, not a funding problem. So if the leadership problems haven't been solved, providing additional funding does not make any sense. Other than that, I want to plead to the only man in Los Angeles today who can bring change to this city, President Donald Trump. On behalf of all of my friends, family, and all the California Republicans that voted for you, please help us with the interruptions.
Your time's expired. Sergeants, I'm going to ask, who was yelling out in the middle of that last public comment? Was that?
That gentleman over there. No, that gentleman.
Okay. So, Mr. Candido, you have been warned already not to yell out during another person's public
Sir.
comment. Mr. Chair,
Sir.
he is eligible for a
May I
revolt.
finish
Speaker,
my last sentence?
Speaker, we have to give everybody
One
the
last
same
sentence.
amount of time, so
Please.
I actually can't. So we need to move on to the next speaker.
Make America great again.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
My name is, you can call me Wim Hoffman, and I'd like to talk to you today about heroes. Last month, the Palisades was a paradise fit for LA to fill in as our own royal palace, a place household names called home, a space to get away from it all, an escape from the sometimes hard realities of life. And who wouldn't want an escape? This past month, now more than ever, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't wish that this was all just a bad dream? But try as we might to stay in La La Land, and oh, did we try. Reality always sinks in, and with it, just maybe, a reminder that worked as well on the silver screen as it will in City Council, I hope. A reminder that the night is always darkest before the dawn, that the reason we fall is so we can learn to pick ourselves up, and that the great city of LA will endure.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker.
Thank you. To the heroes we never said thank you, and even if we'll never need to,
Speaker?
thank you.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I'd like all items, but just to clarify, there was an amendment on item 2 that I can speak on, correct? It was posted on the chalkboard.
So it was not, it was a technical amendment, so it is not open for public comment, but
I
you
don't know
can
if it
speak
was
to it during
technical
general.
because it changed the
So
recipient of
which
the
items
grant
would you
funding.
like to speak to?
All items, but I'm still
You
confused
have
as to
3
how it was
minutes for the
technical
items
because
and 1
it
minute for general
changed
public comment,
the-
so please begin with the items.
Jesus
Go ahead.
Christ. Okay, let's go with item 1 to start. This is about improvement and maintenance in a street lighting district. I just hope that when the city is looking at street lighting, creating and improving it, they're considering flight paths of migratory birds, as well as insects, because this may seem like something small, but it has a really significant impact on our ecosystem. And you might think that brighter lights means more safety, but oftentimes when we have lights that are too bright, it actually creates shadows, which can create hiding places for people to do nefarious things. So I just hope that when we're talking about street lighting districts that we are considering the environmental impact as well as best practices for safety. So I'll go to item 3. So this is from Tracy Park and Heather Hutt relative to issues related to the response and recovery for the local fire emergency. Now this mentions prohibition of leaf blowers in burn areas. Recently, it was stated at a neighborhood council meeting that leaf blowers were on a current moratorium, not only in burn areas, but all over the city because of the toxicity in the air from the things that burned the insulation and the building materials. I will say, though, I don't know how enforcement works on this because in the past several days, I've seen leaf blowers being used by all kinds of different land maintenance workers. I even saw someone using a leaf blower outside of Fire Station 86 in the North Hollywood Toluca Lake area. So I appreciate the restrictions on leaf blowers, but I just hope it's being enforced. I'll move on to general now.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I just wanted to point out that the people giving presentations up here mentioned limited resources in the controller and the city clerk's office. Those people voted on the budget that limited those resources. So there's just some food for thought in that. Caught here in a smoky blaze, fires surround LA. No matter how I try to get Nithya to fight against this corrupt body, she acts like it's all right. She won't hear the people speak. She can't even look at me. They ignore us while Los Angeles burns. They cut the option for displaced folks to call in for comment. Their policies are leaving us on our own. How can they save us if they're not even paying attention? Do we even have quorum, you guys? It would be so respectful if you would pay attention to me, Nithya and Katie. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. You're not dealing with an emergency right now.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, failure. Yes. Now we get to item number 1. Continuing with Kevin De Leon's evil and Gerardo. Kevin with a skirt on number 1. Look how she's trying to fuck homeowners out of their hard-earned cash for street lighting maintenance. The fucking street lights don't even work in the 14th district. Yet you're here to steal more fucking money. Oh, here's John Lee. Staffer B over there, thank you.
I'm going to ask you to stick to the items, or I'm going to move you to general public comment.
No, I understand. I have to do that for FBI purposes. Now, we have to understand that Isabel Jurado spoke Spanish and appeared to look Latino, but she's actually Filipino. And
So
she's
this is
going
your last
to continue.
warning. Stick to the agenda items, or I'm going to move you to general public comment.
CD 14, stop cutting off the microphone. Jesus Christ.
Then we get to the, oh,
Can I see that? Oh, yes, the fucking leaf blowers. Let's see here. Grant specific. Of course. Of course. And who does this? These fucking people on this council? Have you ever done gardening before? You're going to break the backs of all the gardeners in the fucking areas like the Palisades? Do you know, and Imelda understands labor. Do you understand, Imelda, what happens when you ban leaf blowers? Electric leaf blowers, Imelda. So, you first had all the people replace their shit with electric leaf blowers. Now you're going to ban them, and you're going to force them. How do you pick up the dirt? You have to sweep it and break your back. Latino gardeners being persecuted by Tracy Park. Fuck you, Tracy Park, you evil little bitch. Now we get to the special with Tracy Park again. Tracy Park with the mark of the beast. Tracy Park with the horns. That Tracy Park.
she is kind of evil.
Yes. And now she wants to waive fees. No. She wants to waive collection of the fees. Are you going to waive the goddamn business taxes? How about Bob joining the motion and making a citywide ban on collecting business taxes? Why don't you do that, Burb? How come Tracy Park is the only one trying to cut taxes? Why don't you do that too?
Because he's a blind asshole.
Yes, I can see that. But why is Tracy Park the only one? And of course, all of these other council criminals here are not even paying attention to what I say. I can say anything here, and the only
You
person
can now
paying
because you're in general
attention,
public comment. So go ahead. You have 1 minute for general
this
public
dirty
comment.
censor cocksucker up here is the only one paying attention, Bob. These other council criminals don't even pay attention. I could say anything. I could say, fuck Kansas City. Nobody would,
So,
look,
Mr. Spindler,
Taylor.
you are familiar with the rules. General public, general public comment, while quite broad, you need to speak to something within the city's subject matter jurisdiction.
Clock while you're running your fucking mouth. Stop running my fucking clock, you censor. That's all it's going to be is an investigation at the State Bar with your bar card as you continue to censor millions of people with that big, large, pumpkin-looking head of yours. Is that a topic? Your head is up your ass. You don't understand what you're doing. What you're doing is you're under FBI investigation. You burnt down half the goddamn fucking city. You're responsible, Bob. You're going to wind up raising your children behind bars if you keep this fucking attorney. Go to Jacoby and Myers instead, Bob. It's better than this asshole.
Speaker, your time
Have
has
a good
expired.
weekend,
Next
cocksucker.
speaker.
Good morning, Mr. City Attorney.
Good morning.
Mr.
Which items would you
Blumenfeld.
like to
Always a
speak to?
pleasure to see you up there, sir. Candido Maris. Family has fought for this country for over
Mr.
200
Candido,
years.
which
and
items
to
would you
the
like to speak
Trump
to?
supporter.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
gonna give you
cuss,
1 minute
but
for general public
you
comment.
suck. Donald Trump sucks. All right, Mr. City Attorney. All items and public comment.
Keep going, you're already in your time, so go
Thank you,
ahead.
sir. Thank you. I believe the leaf blowers are on the agenda. I can speak on that, sir?
Yes, it's
All
item
right.
number 3.
I was here back when Meredith Baxter Burney was here, and she came in and she wanted to ban gas blowers. You know, that was passed, but look what happened to that. So, Ms. Parks, do what you have to do, but again, you know, they're poor people trying to just make a living, and whatever we have to do to keep the people of the city safe, we'll do it. Let's see. The other item was the encampment. Is that one still available, sir? Encampments? What was the other one? What was the other one? Sir, okay, you're not going to answer me. All right, let's go to public comments, sir. May I go to
So you have
public
1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I want to thank the LAPD and the fire department who on Wednesday on the corner of Eldia and Chatsworth, the winds were blowing over 55 miles an hour and our heroes were there. They put it out. It was amazing how fast they did it. Now, I know what it is. It's the lighting issue. I'll talk about the lighting issue. Thank God it wasn't in the evening because there's no lighting there. But LAPD was outstanding. Now, the problem, though, was why wasn't the people that were in charge of making sure that house that started in fire that was being occupied by the homeless and the property owner wasn't taking care of it, where were the officials who were supposed to make sure that house was secure? They weren't there. They could have burned up that whole area, just like the area on Reseda and Braymore. It's just a matter of time before that area blows up. And then what's going to happen?
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Can you let me know what items are available and also general public comment?
So the items that are open for public comment are item number 1, item number 3, and the specials. That's specials 1 and 2.
Thank you. All available items, general public comment, please.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
There's been a leaf blower ordinance or whatever, a warning or what have you. Maybe not an official ordinance, but there's been a warning by the city to not use them in these fire areas. Businesses are still using them. I'm sure gardeners and landscapers are scared because they're under the valid impression that they don't have enough money to stand up for themselves, because they don't. But the big box stores, big businesses, big corporations with their big-ass parking lots that sit empty all the time, their workers use leaf blowers in these fire warning zones and stuff. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. I think you guys could ban leaf blowers from the city completely, and those companies would still have people out there using them, and you wouldn't do anything about it because you're on their side, not ours. You just exist to squeeze us tighter and tighter and make our lives more and more miserable while we burn. So, you know, I'm not a fan of leaf blowers either. Actually, I think you should sweep that shit up, stop being fucking lazy, because you're just making, the dust gets in the street, the cars blow it everywhere, it's not working. There's been money, reallocations. It says like 4 million, but if you look closely, like altogether, it's
So
more
you're
than
speaking to
that.
item 2, which isn't open for public comment. You can speak to it during general if you'd like. But
There
please
wasn't
stick to the
amendments or something? Or, okay. There wasn't, that's not, what's it called? Oh, that's the street lighting? All right, so the street lighting. A lot of the parts of the city are dark as fuck. The parts that are lit up are the places where people have money. Nithya and Yaroslavsky aren't paying attention because their neighborhoods are cool as long as they're south of the boulevard and there's no fire. It's a shame. We see these street lighting districts put up all at once usually because they don't pass them as needed. They pass them at their convenience, which is fucking whack. There was another item I thought, or is this general public comment now?
You have the 2 specials if you'd like.
Okay, the two specials. The two specials are the, I thought those were the amendments, right? Or, no?
They're the Rule 23 motions.
Oh,
that
the
were
Rule 23 motions. Okay, okay. So the Rule 23 motion, thank you very much for that. The mayor's been passing these like executive orders, and the city council's been doing these rules on the fly, but they don't actually follow their own rules. They don't follow the Brown Act. They don't follow any of the rules, and they don't have to. They only behave when the media is here. But we're the media now, so y'all better wake the fuck up, because there's a lot of people here that, you know, we're cut off the middleman. We don't need to watch the news. We'll just come here and see y'all, your corrupt faces, talk while the public is speaking. So Rule 23 doesn't matter if Rule 7 and 12 only applies to you guys. It's really sad, and the public's getting pissed off, and, you know, I'm not crazy, really, you know. There's a lot of crazy people I know, though, and when I tell people stuff, they get really mad, and they don't have the time to come down here. So if you don't hear them out, who knows? General public comment. The public is getting really tired of this shit. I don't even know what else to say. You guys took away remote comment. You constantly cut people off. People feel unheard. Nithya Raman and Katie Yaroslavsky are talking in the middle of public comment all the time. Half the time you guys don't have quorum. You're eating your food, having snacks while we starve, our houses burn, and now even rich people's houses are burning. And I hear how in press conferences you guys are getting so many calls. Yeah, because turns out those are your real constituents, right? And that's why y'all are getting to work. But that being said, if you don't listen to the public and you don't give them a chance to speak, they're going to do other ways to get through to you. That's not me. I don't have the time, the energy, or the means to do anything to get y'all to listen. But there's a lot of people in the city with way more means and resources to make y'all listen. And we need to come together past race, past party, past all that shit. We need a truce to get rid of these people right here. And then we'll figure out what to do. They're going to let the whole city burn and fall apart while they raid our treasuries.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker. Before you begin, the previous speaker, I'm going to ask, please do not jump over the banister. That is for your safety as well as everybody else's. Thank you. Go ahead, speaker. Which items would you like to speak to?
Excuse me?
Which items would you like to speak to?
General comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, City Council. My name is Noé Dominguez. I'm the chapter president for District 1 for Chicano Power. We are a national organization that is about promoting peace and also uplifting our communities. Secondly, I just want to let you know that we have 50 chapter presidents with Chicano Power that are going to be contacting each and every one of you, so that way we could work together and come with some real solutions for our communities. Being a chapter president of District 1, my priority is to help my community at this moment of crisis, be uplifted with so many controversies and dilemmas going on. It's very important, and it's our duty to do the best and do what's possible for them. So with that being said, I look forward to meeting with you in person, talking dialogue, and being able to come up with
Speaker, your time has expired.
Real solutions, okay? Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'm being told there are no other public speakers. Mr. Candido, you've been warned multiple times, so please do not disrupt this meeting. You are eligible for removal. Thank you.
Okay. That concludes public comment. What's next on our agenda to vote on?
Mr. President, item 1 is available for council to vote on if it chooses to vote on it now, sir.
Okay, let's take up item 1. Colleagues, anyone wish to speak to this item? Seeing no speak. Okay, you're removed. Officially remove him, please. It's the last time.
And
I know
that
you're
is
leaving,
Mr.
but I want you to be officially
Mr.
kicked
Ballinger.
out. Rule 7, Rule 12, all that good stuff. Please note it for the record. Okay, goodbye. Let's open the roll. Close the roll, tally the votes.
14 ayes.
Okay, what's next?
Next, council may now vote on item 2 as amended by motion Hernandez Rodriguez.
Okay, does any member wish to speak to this item? Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll. Close the roll, tally the votes.
14 ayes.
Okay, that measure is adopted. Next.
Next is, item 3, and that is amended by motion Park Rodriguez, and Councilmember Padilla called it special for a comment, sir.
Okay, let's take that item up. Start with Councilwoman Padilla.
Okay, so good morning, colleagues. I rise today in support of the amendment which would prohibit the use of the leaf blowers in the fire-affected areas on a one-year temporary basis instead of imposing an indefinite ban. This adjustment is critical to balancing public health concerns with the livelihood of the gardeners who work in these areas. Many of these gardeners live in my district and are already struggling to make ends meet due to the sudden loss of income caused by the loss of their place of work. A permanent ban on all leaf blowers could jeopardize their ability to provide for their families and open up a Pandora's box that I'm not willing to discuss within just a one-day motion. So I understand the health risks posed by the toxins in the air due to the wildfires and the need for immediate action to protect public health. So I think 1 year is enough to suffice. I'm grateful to my colleagues, Councilmember Parks and Yaroslavsky, for working with me and everybody else to find a solution that addresses these concerns while also protecting the livelihoods of the workers who serve. This amendment ensures that we are taking a measured and equitable approach to recovery, one that benefits both the residents who live in these neighborhoods, but also the service workers who support them. I urge you colleagues to please support this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Councilwoman Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Padilla, for your remarks, and thank you, Ms. Park, for the amendment. I want to say that I believe what is also critically important is being explicit about it being limited to the areas directly affected by these fires. And the reason why is because I even saw in my own district in the Sunland Tujunga area, Street Services was out on a perfectly legitimate use of a leaf blower that was electric, and they were out there trying to issue tickets. And I will tell you, it challenges all rational thinking. And so we have to be really explicit as well how this has historically been weaponized between neighbors on occasion in other areas. So that's why I think this motion or the amendment to correct it and be explicit about these areas is really important, because unfortunately you have individuals that use these types of policies for not productive or constructive means. And so with that, thank you for the amendment, and to our Bureau of Street Services, just to be mindful of the calls that you get, what is in policy, what isn't in policy, and to not fall victim to being a tool in someone else's punitive kind of retribution, neighbor to neighbor enforcement tactics. So thank you.
Okay, seeing no other speakers on the queue, let's open the roll. Close the roll and tally the votes.
14 ayes.
This measure is agreed, is passed. Next.
Next would be the vote on special 1, and that is motion Park Yaroslavsky.
Okay, does any member wish to speak to this item? Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll. Oh, wait, sorry. We have a member on the queue, Councilwoman Padilla.
That was for the...
Oh, it just popped up. Scratch that. Seeing no other members on the queue, let's open the roll. Close the roll, tally the votes.
14 ayes.
Okay, the measure is approved.
And next would be special motion 2, and that is motion Park, Lee, Padilla, McCosker, Price, seconded by Councilmember Hutt.
Okay, any members wish to speak to this item? Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll. Close the roll, tally the votes.
14 ayes.
Mr. President, there's a request to send the special 1 and 2 forthwith, please, sir.
Okay, without objection, so ordered.
The
Next.
council has motions for posting and referral.
Without objection, they are posted and referred.
The desk is clear, sir.
Great. We will move now to announcements. Colleagues, any announcements? Councilwoman Padilla, you're still on the list. Are you on the list for an announcement? Okay, I don't know why you're still on. Okay, Councilmember McCosker for an announcement.
Yes, thanks very much. Colleagues, tomorrow, Saturday, January 25th, the Port of LA is going to host its 11th annual Lunar New Year Festival. It'll be from 3 o'clock to 7 p.m. It's a family-friendly event. It's going to be held at Altasea this year. It can be moved from the outdoor promenade to Altasea for the potential of rain. And it should be really great to have the Lunar New Year Festival and also to give folks a chance to see Altasea. Event attendees are going to be able to see an array of cultural performances, artistic exhibits. This is the Year of the Snake, which resembles renewal, growth, and resilience. And it's going to be a lot of fun for the kids because we're going to have live snakes and other reptiles. It'll be good for the parents because we'll have food and food trucks and snacks available. Altasea is located at 2451 Signal Street, berth 60, door 39. Free parking, free event. We'll have shuttles that will send people from Altasea back into downtown San Pedro if they like. Please come on out and enjoy the Lunar New Year with the Port of Los Angeles.
Thank you. And colleagues, I think the list was zeroed out. Does anyone else have an announcement? Just press your button or get Councilwoman Park.
Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, as you likely know, we are expecting to get rain over the weekend. Normally, I pray for rain, but right now, adding water to the toxic mess that is the burn areas here in Los Angeles is the last thing we need. We know it's going to happen at some point, and so over the last few days, our departments have been hard at work collaborating with our partners at CAL FIRE and Cal OES to shore up the burn areas. They are on the ground putting out sandbags and K-rails based on identified mud and debris flow risk areas. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank our Bureau of Sanitation, Bureau of Engineering, Streets LA, Bureau of Street Lighting, Bureau of Contract Administration, and the Department of Transportation for their incredible work over these last few days preparing to protect what's left of our Palisades community. This is only the beginning of the work that we need to do to mitigate the risks of debris flow and landslides. You all have my word that my team and I are going to continue to work alongside our city departments and our partners at the state so that we can continue to clear this area and begin the long road of rebuilding ahead. Thanks.
Thank you. Colleagues, any additional announcements? Okay, seeing no announcements, colleagues, anyone have an adjourning motion? Looking to my left, looking to my right. Adjourning motion? No adjourning motion? Okay. Well, then go forth, serve the city, be innovative, creative, do good works. This meeting is adjourned.